hello. Welcome to Book with Will. And of course, I'm Will. And today, I have the honor of interviewing the fabulous Charli Gourmand Lush.
Gourmand Lush. Yep.
Gourmand
Yep.
Lush.
Got
Okay.
it. See, and look, even with you being from Alabama, you didn't say Maine, you said Mon, so you got it good.
So, look, why don't you tell everybody who you are and where you're joining us from?
Okay. So hello everyone. My name is Charlie, and I am joining y'all from Texas. Be more specific, the Dallas Fort Worth area. And I have never been interviewed before, other than for jobs. So, and that's because they're gonna pay me. So, I
Right.
normally do the interviewing. So, but Will was like, "I want to interview you," and then Tawanda strong armed me. So, I was like, "Okay, I'll come on here and get an interview."
Look, it's different other side of the screen, huh?
It's very different on the other side screen. I was so nervous. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Is this what people feel like when they on that side?" I was like, "Probably so, probably so."
Look, so who is the one behind the platform?
I couldn't hear you. Sorry, Will.
Who is the woman behind the platform?
Oh, the woman behind the platform. So that question. So dang, Will, you give me okay. So the one behind the platform, I am a content creator, of course, and but behind content creating, I own my own private practice for behavioral health. So I work with individuals with special needs, and also with autism, ADHD, different mental disorders. So, and I've been doing that since 2020. So
Oh
yeah.
man, that's big. That's you helping a lot of people out. Cause I know that exists a lot out here today. So do you
Yes, yes.
you do that in person or you do it online?
She said I didn't know that. So I do both. So depending on my client. So at first I was just doing in person, but with the pandemic, it made it to where telehealth was more used, and because we couldn't be face to face. So when I first started doing this, I was working in a pediatric outpatient clinic with kids with autism. And so from the age of 2 to 16,
Hmm.
and we did outpatients. So they would come to the clinic and get their services. And but then when the pandemic happened in March, here in Texas, where we just like shut down for like a month and a half, we went to telehealth. So do both. Um,
Okay.
it just depends on the client. So for like, yeah, like if it's a little kid, most of the time I'll just do direct in person. So,
So which do you prefer?
well, the way the gas prices are, I like telehealth,
I
but
feel that.
it took me a long time to like actually like telehealth because I like to be more hands on, and I feel like telehealth. I don't know until I got on TikTok like this, like because I was on TikTok at first, when everybody else was during the pandemic, but I wasn't a content creator. I was just
Right.
an observer like everybody else. Um, and so in 2020, so I've gotten used to telehealth. Now that I'm doing more of a role of being a health and wellness coach, and so that I'm like coaching women, mainly 40 and over, and so that role I don't have to be face to face, and it doesn't feel impersonal. So
Right.
I'd rather I've gotten used to it. Let's put it that way.
Right. So why only women?
So why only women? It would be that same thing of how can I teach you how to fly a plane if I've never flown a plane? I've never been a man. Thank
Got right.
you. I've never
Got
been a man, and I don't know men, and the struggles of men. I've observed as a on the outside, but for me, when I decided to go into health and wellness coaching, it was when I was late diagnosed with ADHD. At the time that I started going into perimenopause, and
Right.
so I thought I was going nuts, and I wasn't. It's the hormonal shifts that caused it. So I know for me, if I thought, and I'm a mental health professional and thought I was going nuts, I know that there are other women who also are thinking that as well. Because even if you don't have like ADHD or autism or something like that, perimenopause is a whole shift. It's a that no one talks about. So,
Right. Right. Okay, I understand. I feel you on that.
hey, Mango, thank you.
Yeah. So outside of what you do publicly,
Mhm.
what are some things about you that people might be surprised to learn?
Um, oh gosh. Po- Outside of, you mean like TikTok, like, or like?
Outside of TikTok, outside of your practice.
Okay.
'Cause you just told about the
Let's see.
practice, so outside of
Right, I
that.
just told you about the practice. Yeah, because Nadia was like, I didn't know that, and I was like, no, because I try to keep that separate from the content that I create, because that was the whole point of me creating content, was to get away from work because of burnout.
Right.
But outside of work and content creating, um, that I am not as extroverted as I seem. um, I most people think I'm extroverted, but I always tell them I call my ADHD a squirrel. It's extroverted. It
Mhm.
likes to meet people and get to know people and collect people like Pokemon cards. But I'd
Right.
rather just stay at home and under a blanket and watch TV. So, but I guess something that people don't know about me, um, is that I'm a huge sci-fi and comic book. I love all that. So I attend like Comic Cons and things like that. I'm guess I'm
Word.
a, what they call it, a geek or a nerd. So yeah.
Look, I gotta ask you real quick. What you know about Pokemon?
What do you mean? What I know about Pokemon?
Man, you don't know about no Pokemon.
I do know about Pokemon. So what I know about Pokemon? Hi y'all. He said, "What you know about Pokemon?" I know about Pokemon. Thank you very much. If it wasn't like, my brother used to watch all the time, but like I would like act like I didn't want to watch it, because by the end I was like a teenager. But I still be more. I'd watch it with him, like, like, oh, talking about sounds like my type of party. Yeah, yeah. I'm a homebody. I like, like I said, I like Star Wars is my thing. I love me some Star Wars. And so, like, I love like all the comic book stuff. So yeah, and Marvel is my favorite. I do like
Okay.
some DC, because I like Superman and Batman. I don't like the cinematic universe stuff as much, but I always had comic books and stuff like that growing up.
Now see, Star Wars is my junk.
You like Star Wars? Yeah, I love Star Wars. I love.
May the force be with you.
Wait a minute, that's Star Trek.
No, that's Star Wars. No, they do it. They do the whole thing. Right, they don't separate it. They do the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Right,
they do the
may
whole
the force
thing.
be with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. But I
Look,
like Star Trek too. So,
look. The first time I saw that, he just waved his hand. I said, "What Obi-Wan doing?" He did it again.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That
So
that
yeah,
that is a. Hey, y'all need to tap for Will now. We ain't even at 1K, and there's 8 people in here. So if y'all in
really.
here, y'all get the tapping yet, or maybe it's on my side. I don't know. Maybe TikTok is messing up for me because I can't ever tell.
Nah, it's like it's not at 1K yet.
Okay, okay. I was like, but TikTok will mess up and not show.
Right, right. Yes, y'all tap it up. We get more people in here, please. Now look, okay, here we go. What has shaped you into the woman you are today?
Oh Lord. What has shaped me into the woman I am today? Um, I would say, um, oh wow, that is a lot. That's a hard question. Life, period. um, being like different events in my life that have happened, um, and just I don't know, just I really know how to answer that without getting too personal on some things. Just growing up, my mom was a single mom, so I'm a Gen X, so I was a latchkey kid. So my mom worked two jobs, um, and just being in that environment of having the responsibilities so young, I feel like that's always made me a responsible person. And so now being 46, I'm more on the lines of I'm trying to figure out who I am without being like that title of the responsible person. So,
I would have never guessed you was 46.
no, me, I'm very much 46. I'm 46. I'm a
I,
whole
I would never
46.
guess that. I would never guess that.
Oh,
You don't.
well,
You don't
it's
look
good
it.
gene. It's the genes. I get it to my mom and my granny. They didn't look their age either. So,
And look, I learned. I agree with what you said because life, life is the best teacher.
hmm
It's like it can make or break you if you allow it to. But I see from looking at you now and seeing your interviews and things you do for people, it helped you. It helped you become a better person, a better you.
yeah,
I feel
no,
that way.
no, yeah, it did. It did. It did help me to be able to be more. I mean, like I said, I don't regret any of my past, any of it. I don't regret growing up in the environment I grew up in. I don't regret anything that happened, from childhood to adulthood. Because like you said, that's it makes me who you are today. So I wouldn't want to be anyone else. And so that's like that thing where they ask that people be like, what do you want to, would you rather be another race? And I'm like, no, I want to be black in every life. If there's another life, I
Anyway,
want to be black in
right,
every
right.
life. And so that's on that same line is that I don't want to be anyone other than me. Now it did take me a long time to get to that point that I didn't never love myself or like myself, but for a long time I felt like an outsider, and now I know it was because I have ADHD that I was just always somebody I fit in, but I worked very hard to fit in. So
Right.
now when I turned 40, I stopped caring about fitting in. I
You,
stopped
you,
caring.
you can't. You can't care about other people's opinions or what they think. Because if you did, you'll never grow.
Yeah.
You'll stay in the box,
No,
in the shell.
you exactly. I like that you said that because that's me. I don't want to be in a box because I can't take it. So you just have to for me, like I say, everything that has happened or will happen makes me who I am. So, but I feel like being that responsible, that young, shaped me into who I was. And so yeah.
Right. Okay, okay. So if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be and why?
And I've heard you ask people this, so I was like, oh Lord, 3 words. Okay, so 3 words. First word would be vibe. Because I am a whole vibe. I know I am. My one of my children says I'm quirky and unique and not like the other girls, and I agree with her. And not to say that nobody else isn't either, but even when I struggle, worked very hard to fit in, it was still like always that part that was like going against it. So
Okay, right.
um, so for me, I would say vibe.
Vibe.
And then um, glow. And that's something I always say. Because for me, I just always feel like I had a light inside me. And for a long time, I dimmed it because I felt like I was too much.
Right.
And now I just let it shine. And if anybody get blinded, they can leave or put some glasses on, shades on. I'm just loud and country and extra. So that's just me. Um, And oh my god, third word. Oh my gosh. I guess genuine.
Okay, vibe, glow,
Genuine.
genuine.
Yeah, vibe blow genuine because I'm genuine. So what you see is what you get. Like it really is. I tell people all the time, like I don't um I I try not to offend anybody because like no way like that, but like if I'm upset with you, you know I'm upset with you. Or if I don't like something, you know I don't like something. Um even like because I will like kind of remove myself from it. So
Right.
I'm never somebody that you have to like that speaks in code, you know, because I like people to like if they have a problem with me, like tell me versus me having to try to figure it out. Oh, thanks, Mango.
Look, it's funny you mentioned genuine because now you tell me, see, like, the older I get, the more blunt I am.
Hmm.
I don't hope ain't no punches.
Hmm.
What comes up,
No.
comes out.
Oh
But
yeah. Whatever it is. Hey, Jenna.
okay, you got some people hitting on you. Oh, that's what's up.
Yes, yes, that is God's heavenly sent. She's been on my live many times. She created a birthday box for me for my birthday. She's sweet and amazing. So if y'all not following her, please y'all follow her. Anybody in here, she makes amazing fragrances. So
Oh, okay. Just do men fragrances.
yes, she has one called Blue Bayou for her husband, who is from New Orleans. And so she has that one, and then she also has one, the milk and honey. It's the milk and honey. It's one for her and one for him. So yes, check out. She has a TikTok shop here on TikTok, so she has men's fragrances as well.
I love to smell good. I love to smell
I know
good.
you do. I know you do. I know you do. I missed y'all in Houston. I know it was hot and everything. I was like, they could have drove from Alabama over here. I always promote. Okay,
Ooh,
okay, fine, Nadia. I won't promote nobody else. I was.
but that's what you do. That's what you do. But like I said, today is talking about you, what you do. So it's your
Yes,
day
yes, yes.
today.
We're talking about me.
Okay, so what was happening in your life when you realized you wanted to create something of your own?
Oh, you mean like content? Oh, help me, Jesus.
Yeah, content,
Or
business. I mean, anything you think you want to do it for yourself.
anything. So I guess the first thing I ever done for myself was content creating. I did not ever think I would do content creating because, like I said, I've been on social media as long as anybody else has, since the Book of Faces or IG. Um, and when TikTok, I was like, I tried it once with my business because I've had several businesses. I've done hotel decorating. I made body butters. I've made body oils. I've never made perfumes, but I've done all those things. So I've done social media, but never to where it was like me on camera. It was just
Okay.
always my products, whatever I was selling. But I got bit by the fragrance bug in December of 2024, and fell down the rabbit hole of fragrance. And then in March, I went from 3 bottles of fragrance to 20 by the end of that month. And yeah, I have a cabinet. And then I went from March of to June. I got my cabinet of 2025. So I was like, oh well, if I'm gonna keep this habit up, this hobby up, I need to figure out, like how to like promote it. Yeah, it bit me. Talking about that, yes, it definitely bit me. Um, and so I was just like, oh, I met a business owner here on. Hey, Hemi, that's my brother Hemi. Okay, I'm not gonna promote him, but y'all need to follow him. Um, so
Tell him he need to come up.
um,
He need to come up here.
Hear me, you do need to come up here. Yes, you need to. Yes, you need to come up here. I don't even. He probably like, why are you up here? I don't. I can't remember if I told y'all I was gonna be up here. I can't remember. Um, but I did share it out today. But anyway, So I met Trill Noel. He's the owner of Harmony Perfumes, and he was having a contest where since he was a small brand out of Louisiana, he wanted to be able to help small content creators. So he had a contest that ran for a month, and he was going to choose like I think 5 content creators, and then like they would win a free bottle of fragrance, and then they would also get to like represent as a brand, the brand of Harmony. So I met Trill, and 18 bottles later, as of to date, I have 18 of his bottles. I fell in love with fragrance. Really fell in love with fragrance, and he has like more complex fragrances than what, because like I said, I was falling down like the Middle Eastern rabbit hole.
Right.
I always wore like designer if I wore anything. But then I fell into gourmands, because that's the thing. Like I was like, oh, I can smell like a dessert, and I didn't know that. So I was never, like I said, I went from 3 fragrances to I got 100 and something. Now I've decluttered.
100 and something?
I've decluttered. Yeah, I got 100 and something. I'll show you before we get off here. I'll because I'm in my content slash out room slash office, so I'll show you my cabinet, because I moved it in here and get out our bedroom. So but I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to win, blah 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 blah. But I'll still participate, and so I did get chosen. And then from there, but I was still doing content faceless, because I was like, I'm not getting on camera. I don't want to get on camera. That's not something I want to do. Hey, AB. Hi, y'all. Welcome in. Okay, y'all got him almost to 10K. Thank you. I appreciate that. So don't be doing Will like that.
They woke up.
Yeah, tap. If you're in here, tap. Okay, tapping is clapping. Okay, like this one lady say. If you we can't clap, we can't hear you clap, but you can tap.
Look, check this out real quick, right? Real quick. Let me say something real quick. Today, you're being interviewed. I'm the host, man. Let me do that. Okay.
Look, at least I ain't but we was only at 700 likes. I was like, what is everybody doing? That was not gonna work. I was like, no.
Look, I appreciated it though, because you woke them up. You did do that.
Like, y'all better wake up. I was like, look, and my dog that came in here, he's like, why are you on live? So Carter in here too, because he didn't. If the camera started moving, he knocked it over. Okay, all right, Ty. I was gonna say, Ty, want the show better come in here, since she's so strong on me. It was not gonna leave me alone. Right. But anyway, I won, and then I was like, okay. So I started trying to do lives in April, and I hated them. I'm not a fan now, but I like it better than what I used to. Right. Because I felt like I was on QVC. Like nothing against people that go on live and they selling stuff, but that's what I felt like. I felt like I was on QVC or Home Shopping Network, and I've never been a salesperson. I just haven't. And so I was doing it that way. And Trill was like, well, you just have to figure out a way to make it your own. Like he did. He would go on and show how he was making the fragrance. Right. And at first he started with one person in his live, and then it just kept going. And so I was like, okay, fine. So I started having panels to where I had other fragrance friends on, and we would talk about different things that way. And I like doing that. But panels got a little messy. Not my panel, but panels started getting a bad name. Right. And so, people, coming on or coming in acting a fool. But I was like, okay, what else can I do? And so I thought about the fact that here I was a content creator, and, I was still like looking at these bigger brands, like they're not giving out PR, or you send them the thing and nobody responds, right? And so we were talking one night in Trill's live, and he was saying that like basically millionaires don't talk to people that don't have $1 million, right? And I was like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. And so, they're gonna talk to somebody like, a millionaire gonna talk to somebody like, Usher or Drake, or they're gonna give them, to represent them or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Because
let me do
a
this real
millionaire
quick.
and a millionaire.
I don't mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but this, what you're talking about right now, it's kind of leads into my next question. So let me ask the question. You can
Okay.
continue.
He said, wait, you said or me. What'd you say, Hemi? Oh, sorry, he said or me.
So let's talk about the platform itself. What
Hmm.
made you decide to create? Hold on, let
Oh,
me
okay.
create create a space where you can interview and spotlight small business owners, authors, and other entrepreneurs.
So basically, that's where I got the idea. Sorry, Will.
No, you
Um,
good. You good.
Cause that this all tied into me, what I did for myself. I guess what I did for myself. Um, Look, hi, La La. She's like, oh my God, Charli on the panel. Yes, I'm in the hot seat, La La. I'm in the hot seat. Yeah. So y'all better enjoy this because this ain't ever happening again unless I'm promoting my own business. Um, which I do want to talk about that, but I'm trying to learn to talk about myself. So since you said I'm talking about myself, we'll talk about that in a minute. Talking about,
Yes.
yay, we put, you know what, Auntie? Really? Really, Auntie? Come on, yay, we putting Charli on this. Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, don't y'all got stuff to go do. But anyway, see, I shared it out. I was a good sport because Tawanda would have got me if I didn't share it out, and she probably shared it to everybody I know anyway. But um, I saw that when he said that, I was like, oh, well, that's true. Like, you know, you don't communicate. You communicate with people on your level. Not to say that my level is anything wrong with my level, but in that same regard, it would be hard for a small business to get somebody like Drake or Usher, right? Because like
Right.
y'all don't speak the same language, right? Of millionaires or whatever. Because he was talking about this, and I was like, I was like, so if I have a hard time as a small content creator, or micro as they call us, then what I can only imagine what small businesses do, because at least we do get pushed out more than small businesses. Because I would notice that the small businesses would not get pushed out, like their videos were not getting pushed out. And so I was
Right.
like, okay, I could do it that way. I could literally, have it to where I'm, doing their products. But I didn't want to do it in a traditional way of me just, like I said, I hate the QVC thing, right? Nothing wrong with anyone doing that, because there are people there are sales people. And
Right.
people in the chat will tell you, I will always say every day, I'm not an influencer. But in a sense, you are an influencer because people are listening to what you're saying. So even for you,
Right.
the authors that you have on here, I have a whole list now, thanks, Will, that I already had a long TBR list. But now you done found me this sci-fi lady and romance, and I was like, what? Because I was having a hard
What?
time finding that in black. In black, I can find urban fiction, but yeah. So she just done
I
bumped
found
up the
myself one
list. So
too.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, give me some out of world stuff. But anyway, um, but I was like, okay, so I reached out, and who was my first? Oh, so I literally reached out. She's not on here right now, but it was Sensational Voyage. Her name is LaKaren. I think she's on the cruise right now. She go on the cruise every year. Um, and asked her. I had met her in another on another live, and we became friends. And so I was like, hey, it was September 2025, and I was like, would you mind being on my live? So she's like, sure, I'll be on there, be on the panel. Oh, panel, but she was thinking it was a panel. I didn't let her know it wasn't a panel.
Right.
So then the week of, she's like, okay, who else is gonna be on the panel? I was like, no, it's just you. So I came up with the idea that it's good for them to be on a panel, and people are like, but the most of the time when we are doing the lives, it's, you got this cart full of products, and you're like you're going through all these products, and you don't really hit all of them all the time, or it's just, or people, I know for myself, I get overwhelmed if there's too many choices. So I was like, okay, what if I have one person on and it's only that person and their products? Um,
Mm.
and so I asked her to come on. She did, and there it goes. And then the next thing you know, I was going from I had Essential Harmony, I had Confectionery, and I had Hemi, Less More on, and La Verde Fragrance of that year. I had just a couple that year, of
Right.
last year. And then January, I was like, oh, you know, there's all these brands of body care and perfume and black owned, and so like I said, small business doesn't get a lot of attention. Small black owned business really doesn't, and so it's like, okay, that's what I want to do. So January, I started doing 2 nights a week, and Auntie Lucretia was one of my first ones in January, which I love her because she don't like to do interviews. She does not, she despises TikTok live. She'll do it, but she makes it very known to us that we got a time frame, because she be giving this look to us like, I don't know why y'all want me up here talking, but we love to hear her talk. Hey, Ruby Sense. So from then on, but then I thought about, oh, well, I like jewelry. I like books. And I've always been a book person, and follow book talk. But I didn't do any content about it. Right. And so then I was like, okay, I want authors. I want, there's just, purses, there's black purse designers, there's jewelry makers, there's, pretty much any category you could think of, there's somebody black doing it. And so,
was there a particular moment when you started your platform that you realized and it made you say, people really need this platform?
I think, yes, it was. And I don't know if she's in here, but it was the first month when I started doing it in January. And Summer Breeze Skin, who her name is Faye, she was like the second week I had my guest, and she came on there, and she had been doing it at that time almost 5 years. She had had her small business for 5 years, and she was just talking about how small, how hard it was for them to get pushed out, right. And then too, just like how everyone is grateful. Because I don't think I'm doing anything out of ordinary. I don't. And that's not like to say, like, it's just in my mind, it doesn't. Because in my mind, it's like, if I'm eating, I want everybody to eat. And that's one of the reasons I tell Auntie that all the time, Lucretia, what made me buy her products was her. And I don't mean it because her products are amazing, because they are amazing. I'm not going to push them. Okay? Nadia, okay. You ain't got to. Okay, I ain't going to push them. But one of the things she said on her platform, and she was on there that live that day, she was asking, were there any business owners in the live? And she was like, y'all need to follow each other, because there was a bunch of women in there. And she was like, if y'all need to follow each other, because there's room enough for everyone to eat. And then right. That's just how I feel. That's how my grandmother raised me to be, that if there was ever anything in the refrigerator, it wasn't, this is mine, this is yours. Whatever I have is yours. And it's vice versa. That's how my grandmother raised me. So I never, hey, Turkey, how are you? Yes, I'm in a hot seat, Turkey. I never gave it a thought. I knew that people didn't. But for me, it's just first instinct to consider other people. So, right. But just to know how, getting to talk to the owners, but with Summer Breeze, when she was telling me, just like we were on the live and we were talking about her products, and she was just like how she had literally she had told me she had literally had thought about quitting several times, because that was one of my questions about what were some challenges, and she was just like that. I literally have thought about quitting this, and then I just realized that. I can't help everybody, and I can't buy from everybody. But if TikTok shows this to 300 people, whether they're in here or outside of here, that's 300 people that's seen it that might not have seen it. So, right. So yeah.
Right. Look, man, I love how your people in here supporting you. I love that. I love that.
They ain't here to see me with that on the hot seat. They ain't fooling nobody. But I love them.
Right. Look, so what did you feel was missing from the spaces that already existed?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I love your questions. I feel like what was missing was the person behind the brand. It was the thing of, we knew about the products. Like, people could tell you everything about the products, right? How it smell, how it made you feel. But I feel like in order to, I'm just always been curious, and so that's why I like interviewing people versus being interviewed.
Right.
I feel like um, if you know the person, you're more likely to, like I said with Auntie, I bought from her not so much as because I bleed so much in the product because I didn't know, and these are products that you can't, I can't show you, oh, here are these rings, you literally are going on, okay, word of mouth, or maybe I might like it or might not like it. So I feel like when you have a connection to the brand, especially smaller brands, you're more likely to stay loyal to the brands. And
Right.
one way to know that is to get to know them. Even like in content creating, like being your authentic self, you find people like, as they say, like-minded people. But I feel like people that have the same values that you do. So
Okay.
don't be trying to make me cry, Ruby Sense.
So when someone comes onto your platform, what do you want them to feel when the interview is over?
I want them to feel like it wasn't that bad. Like they just literally had a conversation, because that's why I tell everyone, like, we're just having a conversation. I'm not Geraldo. I'm not Wendy Williams. I'm not gonna bring out your baby daddy or yo whatever or nothing like that, or ask you these questions. She said relieved. Stop it, Auntie. But I want you to feel like it was painless, like it was just a conversation that you're having. But two, I also talking about we love Charli, even though she I did not bite you anyway. I hate that viral video. But I also want them to feel like they could do it too, like they can get on live, because a lot of people that were on my live hadn't been on live at all. Like Auntie's been on live before, Hemi's been on live before. Um, a lot of the people in here have, but like God's Heavenly Sent, she doesn't like lives, and I get it, but she's gotten more comfortable with it to where now her and her daughter go live
Right.
on her live, and then I just want them to feel like they can do it too. Like it's not as bad as you think.
Right. Right. Other people.
Oh, well.
Why is that important to
Oh,
you?
oh, wait, hold on, Will, you cut out.
Okay. I said you've chosen to put the spotlight on so many other people and can help them out so much. Why is that important to you?
Because I feel like, sorry, I was reading that. I was so nervous going live. Yes, you were. That so much. I was like, that's why I said, how about Nadia? But anyway, from it's important for me, for other people to go live or to have the spotlight on them. Is what you asked me. Is because I want people to realize their full potential. um, and realize, a friend of mine, Big Prim, she said that this morning, that God gives everybody a gift. It might not be the gift
Right.
you want or the gift you think you should have. Because I always think of that the Bible story about the parables of the talents.
I know you're
That
talking about. I
God
know
gave,
exactly.
He gave some of his a many, and he gave one,
I
and
think it
they
was
felt
ten,
like,
five, and one. Yeah.
yeah, and that one didn't do anything with their talent, and that's the thing. I feel like there are a lot of people that let their talent go to waste. And Big Prim, she said that this morning, that one of her, um, she feel like not so much a failure, but she said she would feel, um, she would be not disappointed, but if she left this earth not able to fulfill what God had for her, if it was still inside of her. And so I feel like, I don't know, that, if I can push, as they say, I'm a pusher and I'm bossy, if I can push them out, make them see that, what they have to offer, it doesn't matter how big or how small, a gift is a gift, then I don't know. It makes me, I want people to win. Like I always tell Hemi that, I tell Auntie that, like, especially especially like I try not to. I look, I'm pro black. I'm all, if that's a word, I hate that word. I mean, because that's what I am. Like I said, I'm not pro it. You be crazy not to support your own, but some people
Right.
don't. Anyway, that's crazy. But I feel like when since they categorize us all as one, whenever something bad happened, why can't we feel the joy when something good happens to one? So that's how
Right.
I feel. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if one wins, we all win. So
You're exactly right. You're exactly
yes,
right.
yeah, I like to see their why, to see yeah why you doing it, and that's something I do ask. I love to know like why they're doing it. Not so much just because I'm nosy. I am nosy, but there's always a reason why you do it, and you have to have a why. Because being an entrepreneur is not easy at all. Anyone
Right.
that tells you working for yourself that because people they're stereotype. Oh, you don't do anything. You're lazy. You just don't want to get a real job. Well, no, I don't want to make other people money. I don't want to make be a perfumer for Gucci. I mean, the GG, and they get the money. Where I have to be less more perfumers and leave money for my bald head little girls, as he like to say, uh, as he says about his daughters. But he wants to leave something for them versus leaving it for GG's family. Their heirs that
Right.
have never worked a day in their life. So, um, I just that's what I feel. I feel like it's important for people to know why. Yeah, all your bodies. It's important for people to know why, because if you have that why, that's that purpose.
Okay. So look, on the similar to that question, Sue just said, what does supporting a small business owner or independent author mean to you personally?
Um, to me, I don't know. It's like it feels like it gives them not another day or anything like that, but it helps them to like Auntie said, it helps them to see why. You know, yeah, yes, okay. I ain't say nothing. I just said yay, we got to 30K. Because I'm trying hard not to watch the thing. But um I feel like when I support a business, I could just buy from them, right? I could just buy a body butter or a fragrance, but it's that whole I'm sorry, I'm gonna be going into the Bible verses because I mean I was like Sunday school. My granny sent me to every vacation Bible school there was, okay, every church, okay, because they know what they were doing. I was at every one of them the whole summer,
Not every
because I
church.
was bad. Every church, and they knew what they were doing. They literally had it to where your kids could go to every one of them. You spent your whole summer in vacation Bible study. I'm like, but anyway, I think about that thing where he said, teach a man to fish, give a man a fish he can eat a day, but teach a man to fish and he can, whatever that saying is about. If you teach him how, I feel like if you show people, oh, this is not that bad, you can get on here and you can do this. Or if I just buy one product from you, that's one sale. But if you come on my platform and know it's not huge or anything like that, I ain't gonna say I'm not somebody, because that gets people in they thing. I mean, I'm a somebody, but I'm a nobody to other people anyway. Um, then that's like I said, 300 people that saw you. And so
Right.
they're more likely. What I've learned about people is a lot of people like to look and to lurk versus interact. That's the kind of world we're in, where like people on the outside right now want to be on the outside versus actually interacting. But
Right.
if they go to your shop and save it and put it in their cart, they probably like me. They got 100 things in their cart. Okay, then that's one more person, that instead of one person buying, there might be 10 people that buy. And I've had
Mm-hmm.
people that
Right.
like will say, I've never had anybody buy my live before, on TikTok. So that makes me feel good, like, because there are days I'll be like, oh God, I'm tired. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, I feel like I'm not making a difference.
Right.
Girl, I'm
Right.
gonna call the lurkers out. They get on my nerves. I don't understand lurking, but whatever.
Look, so tell us about the kinds of people you love bringing onto your platform. What makes you say, I need to hear this story, this person's story?
Um, really somebody that I love when it's people that don't want to be on live because I'm like, ooh, that's a challenge. Um, but other than that, like someone that I don't know, there's like this like a connection. Like I see that there's someone that wants it for themselves. Like they want it, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't believe in themselves maybe enough. And so and then you just see that they have a gift. And so that more than anything, like I'm gonna call people out, like Auntie. She go on her live. She about to sell out on body butters and scrubs. Okay, people got it
Right.
circled on their calendar. God's heavily sent. She has amazing products. To where, like she does gourmands like nobody else. Or Hemi, who literally does not sell on TT, but will sell out on his at the club, and then he'd be like, "I can't believe I did that," but like I'm like, well, we believe in you, so it's okay, and we're the ones buying. So,
Right.
um, I like being able to connect with those people that I could be a cheerleader for. Basically, I can be a pusher and bossy.
Okay. Okay. Look,
Remember, I'm Ash Ketchum. I'm Pokemon, Pokemon
I
master.
see. I see everybody saying in the chat that you're amazing, and I know you are too. I've seen your lives and what you do for people, so I have to agree with them. You are amazing. You are amazing. Now,
She's talking about that Ash.
people see the finished interview, but what don't
hmm
they? But what they don't see behind the scenes.
Oh Lord. What they don't see behind the scenes is how hard I work. Because a lot of people think content creating is easy. Until but most business owners will tell you, thank you, Turkey, thank you, Auntie, thank you, guys, Ellie said. Um, but most people who have started a business and realize they might have to do content creating will say, I didn't sign up for this. This is not what I signed up for. Because they think, oh, you just film a video and that's it. But there's the filming, there's the editing. And then I'm extra. So like Ruby Sense said, she um like the way I have it structured, it's like to where I have my forms and they fill that out, and then it helps me, but it also helps them to kind of know what they're gonna be asked. Um, but
Right.
there's so much that goes to it. I find people, I go buy their products, I will um like people if I didn't know them, when I first started, it was people that I had already purchased from. So I already had a relationship
Right.
with. But when I started in January, it was to where it was like, okay, but there's others out here. So I need to make sure that I'm like, giving variety and everything like that. So it's just I have list on top of list. So there's a lot. Like it's a full time job. Content creating is a full time job. Yeah,
Right. Right.
I'm very structured. I have to be structured because if not, the squirrel will have a field day. My ADHD, we won't get finished with a live.
And you touched on a little bit, but what goes into preparing for an interview with someone you never met before?
That's a good question, Will. So I will I have my intake form. So I'll reach out and do like either DM, most of the time it's DM, or I'll do email, and just invite them to do the live, tell them what Spotlight Live is about, why I do Spotlight Live. And as I've gone, I've like gotten better with like how I do it. Like I said, when I did it in September, it was me asking live, and then I didn't even have a plan. I was just like, oh, I would like to do a live where I spotlight someone. And so
Right.
um to now, like there's literally an intake form. I do promo. I do like emails to where I let them know what's a welcome email, all this stuff. And then the Google form, the G form, I can't never tell with this thing. it like asks them all about their business and everything. Yes, make sure he's booking for September, people. Sorry. Um, anyway, but I just try to make it as painless as possible because I already know. Like I said, today I was nervous, and I kept
Right.
thinking, but it was more that thing of like, oh, I don't have nothing to do. I just show up, huh? You know. But it's that not knowing like what questions are you gonna ask me,
Right.
and so I try to put them at ease to where it's not something that they just have to show up. So.
Wow, and you look, it's crazy that you answered my question before I asked him.
Oh,
No, no, no.
probably
That's a good thing. It's not nothing bad. So
okay.
my next question was, have you ever had a guest come in nervous or unsure about telling their story? How do you help them relax and open up?
So I would say, like I said, Law was my first guest, and literally up until the hour before, I literally kept messaging her. I was like, "You okay?" And then she was like, "I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous." And I was like, "It's fine." I was like, "How about we do this?" I said, "Don't worry about the chat. My mods are gonna handle the chat." I was like, "Just you don't even have to pay attention to the chat. First of all, don't pay attention to what they're saying. If they are asking questions, because I like write down things that people say or copy and paste them. Mango is amazing, amazing mod, and she like literally will copy things that people say and do it. So I was like, don't worry about it. You just have a conversation with me. Um,
Yeah.
and so I just try to make people feel at ease. And then like I have just this no tolerance for, I can't stop anybody from saying anything, but you're gonna get blocked. My block,
Right.
my blocking finger's strong. Okay, it's very strong. Because it's the thing of like, I don't. I always tell people blocking you is the nicest thing I can do. Because trust me, it's the easy, it's the nicest.
Right.
So um, we just hush, girl. Look like the Rock.
Look, I'm
Really,
glad
really, really.
they cutting up down there. They
They
been cutting
doing
up
the
down
most.
there.
I know. I'm trying not to pay attention to them. That's why I'm like, nope. I'm focusing on Will. Y'all gonna leave me alone. Oh Lord, the perfected just come in here. Who said perfected a thing? Uh-uh.
But look, I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you said you was nervous coming in here with me. I'm glad that was a past tense thing.
No. And like I said, Will is like I said, Will, you are amazing. I love that you're doing this. And everything because like I said, I when Taiwan was like, okay, you need to get signed up. I was like, signed up for what? And she was like, to be on Will Singing. I was like, I'm not an author. I don't write books. What am I gonna talk about? So you know,
Hey, you see now, and I hope other content creators see this too, and be willing to come up and tell their story and why they do it as well. So,
yes. Go ahead.
what's been one of your favorite moments since starting the platform? And on the flip side, what's been one of the biggest challenges?
So the greatest thing about starting this platform is, and I will always say this, is the community. It's the getting to meet people. Um, and literally not just like getting to meet real people, which just seems crazy because it's TikTok, and TikTok is number mess. But in the middle of that mess, there are good people, and so I feel like I've met some amazing people. I've had opportunities to like have a Jenna make me a birthday box. I literally just asked her if she would put a box together of my favorites of scents that I have purchased and love. But Jenna being Jenna, God's heavenly sin, she was like, I'm gonna make you your own. What do you like? And I'm like, nobody's ever made me a fragrance. Like, I've never had that before. And so um and then just like on just letting me like premiere their stuff. Like, oh, I'm gonna let you do this.
Right.
So it's just been an honor to be able to be the first person to do stuff or things like that. So
I know that feels
The
amazing.
most challenging would be I have a problem with boundaries. Now, like I said, my blocking finger is strong, but I will like not say no. Um, and so I take on more than I probably should. Because like I said, I run my own business. And then I went back to school to become a certified health and wellness coach, which was a 6-month program. So I literally started it 2 months after I started doing spotlights 2 nights a
Right.
week. So that was literally had been a challenge trying to balance everything and keeping boundaries of okay, you don't have to do all this, you don't have to do all this, um, and feeling like I'm not doing enough. So
Right. I understand that. Now, have you ever questioned whether this was something you should continue? If so, what kept you going?
plenty of times I quit spotlight many times. I'm not gonna lie, but I always quit my head on a lot of things. When I became an entrepreneur, I literally the first month I said I quit every day. Um, and my sister be like, okay, well, so what you doing tomorrow? One of my sisters did, but for me, the where I've done spotlight as long as I have is the brands, because literally right afterwards, I always do like a DM and just tell them thank you for coming on, and then invite them back. And it's literally been to where they've made me feel like I'm doing something important. So just that thing of when I plan in the end, you know, then God was like, nope, it ain't time yet, and so that thing of like he would, I would talk to a brand, that's like, thank you so much. I was getting ready to quit, or I didn't know how much more I could do, with this because I hadn't had any sales. And I know people I like to buy, and birds of a feather. I roll with people that like to buy. So,
Right.
is that,
Right.
that gave them, that stability for that time, even though it might not be, permanent. It's something that, like you said, keep them moving. So yeah, that's what had kept me going for as long as it did. But I am so Thursday is actually my last spotlight for a while.
No.
Because like you said, what have I actually done for myself? And even though I've done spotlight and it was something that was mine, um I always put the spotlight on other people. Like it was for my
Right.
birthday. I was like, oh, it's my birthday, but these are my favorite things. And so it was like less on, what, Hemi Hush. Is that Hemi or was that Mickey that wrote that? Was that Wifey that wrote that? Yes, it is time for me to focus on me. Because like I said, I have my coaching business, so that's something I actually have to build clients for. Where with the
Right.
therapy, I partner with different providers, and I have those, like I have a waiting list. So that part is there, but I want to be able to help, like I said, women perimenopausal 40 plus who are about to go on a roller coaster ride. So with no seatbelt. So and it also helps their significant others. I'm just saying, because y'all gonna want to put them in. I'm just saying, when they hit perimenopause, you're gonna be trying to lock them up. I'm saying.
Listen, I feel this question right here is I think it's a just question, so you can think about it.
Mhm.
When you look back at what you built with your platform, the people you interviewed, the people you spotlighted, what are you most proud of?
Um, I feel like the things that I'm most proud of is two things, kind of the connections that I've made, but then also the connections to brands and people out in the community, the fragrance community, the body care community, just all the different communities. Because even though people will buy fragrance and body care, I've had so many people say to me, either DM me or in the chat, or they'll say, I didn't know about this brand. Like I had no clue. And that was the thing. There were brands that leave me alone. I'm not about to cry. So, oh, she about to cry. Auntie, you're so mean. Oh, I can't stand her. But literally being able to bring brands into spotlights that might not have had that chance, because a lot of them, people they when I first started, most of the people didn't have TikTok shops. So I
Right.
would do brands that were just on their W, and that was at a time in September when we became American, sort of. And in January, we really were American. And everything you said got you a violation, got you a V or
Right.
R, or restricted. Hey, Keisha, do not cry, Tawanda. Do not cry. But no, it's like I said, this is a good thing. I have wrestled with it, like as far as that go, but like he said, I do have to focus on me. That is not something I'm used to. Um, but I met a lot of people through your lives and built some friendships from, yeah, because like I said, I am Ash Ketchum. I'm a Pokemon. So I don't just be in the fragrance community. I be everywhere. I be in Chinatown. I have people from China come to my lives. Okay. I do. So,
Right.
and it's a whole, like I like I said, I love that there's a community and it's not going anywhere. And like I said, this page is not going anywhere. I've just where I've kind of shifted in my focus on me,
Right.
to
And
where
there's nothing
I'm
wrong with that. There's
having a
nothing
good
wrong
moment.
with that.
Me
That's
too. I
ain't
met a
nothing wrong
lot
with
of
that at
people
all.
too. Sorry, I was reading the comments.
Okay.
Hey, Angie.
So if you could interview any author, entrepreneur, or business owner in the world, who would it
Oh
be?
my God.
Um, who would be at the top of your list, and what would you ask them?
Let me see. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm trying to think because I like doing small business. I don't. Let's see. Someone. Author. I would probably. Oh, what's her name? I've read her books. I can't think of her name now. It is blanking me. Why you ask me that, Will? I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh
Just,
God, I'm
just
trying to
trying to
think.
just trying to pick the mind of Charlie. Got
Oh,
mine,
good
Lush.
luck good luck with that. Let me see. Business. Let me think of a
I think you're
brand.
doing a good job.
I would love to interview. I can't think of one brand. I would love to interview Fumi Monet. She was a content creator. She started as a content creator, and she literally started Perfume Talk, even though she don't get the credit for it. But Black women started Perfume Talk because we've been bathing in smelling good. But anyway, I'm gonna be quiet. But she started her own fragrance line, and
Mm.
so that is something in itself is a lot because it's a male dominated field. So Fumi Monet would be somebody I would want to interview.
Okay,
She is.
okay.
Yeah. Talk to Lucky.
All right.
I would have loved to talk to Lucky, but I was just happy to talk to Lucky at FradCon because he seems so shy. He seems so shy.
All right, so let's go here right quick. If you could sit across from the woman you were when you first started this journey, what would you tell her?
Oh my God, Will, you and these thought provoking questions. Um, and I've watched your lives before. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be any different. Um, I think I would tell her to trust the process. I
Mm-hmm.
would tell her to say no a lot more. And I would tell her Um, how does it feel? Hush, girl. And I would tell, and I would tell her um, to trust your gut. Like literally, trust your gut. Cause like he does have great questions, Auntie. I would tell her to trust her gut, even if it didn't make sense. Cause there are some things that I was like, oh no, it'd be fine. You can befriend that person, and now that person's blocked. They can't watch this live. Several of them are blocked. They can't watch live. So those type of things that like it was like these gut instincts that told me do not friend these people. But I was like, oh, I was in that, like Ash, he didn't understand why, and he trying to catch all these, a Charizard that he didn't need, and he got Pikachu the whole time. You got
Right.
Pikachu. He ain't trying to leave you. I don't understand. But I definitely would. Ruby said, "Why? I'm sorry, Ruby. I'm sorry, Mia. I'm being. I'm sorry. I'm honest. I literally would listen to. It wasn't no shots fired. Hush. I would listen to my gut a lot more. I would tell her to listen to her gut a lot more. Discernment, as I would say, because even when you don't know why, I feel like there's always a reason.
All right, so keep them thoughts coming on the next question.
Oh God,
What does success means to you now, and has that definition changed since you started?
oh my God, you got some good questions. Um, yes, because for me, success in the beginning of doing this whole content thing was not so much as going viral, because I don't want to go viral. I've seen what happened to people when they go viral. Most time you go viral over the dumbest things that you had no intention of going viral over, because TikTok likes to play games. Um, but that success does not mean that you have thousands of followers, right? Like that you have 10K, or you become a success overnight. And then I also learned the difference between, like, say, going viral and building a community. Because I have people that, like, for me, I've been lucky. I've never had a live where I've not had anyone in there. But there are people that started and they only had one person in there and had to go every day, to do it.
Right.
Yes, don't go. Yes, don't compare yourself to everyone's. And that is a hard lesson. Now I'm still, because like that's the thing. It's not. I'm not a jealous person, but I'll think back to that person's successful, and the reason I'm not is because I'm not enough, or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. It's not. Oh, I want what this person have, because I don't want what that person. Because I already know if I struggle to get what I have, I don't want what's meant for me is what's meant for me and what's meant for them. But I always look at somebody's page, 20 chapter 20 to compare it to my page 1,
Right.
and so I've learned that building a community is something that it's like a lifetime versus people that get these viral followings, and you literally have to keep doing what you did to get viral. So
Right.
you see these
Right.
content creators that might have did a silly video, and now they got to be silly, and that's not even what they were trying to do. You trying to keep up with it, and so, or they into the mess, and now they got to
Right.
keep doing it to be able to sell they body oils. But anyway, so yeah.
Okay. So when everything gets quiet and you're no longer the host or the interviewer, what keeps you motivated?
Um, what keeps me motivated? What keeps me motivated? Don't be laughing, Auntie. So what keeps me motivated is family, and then the
Ooh.
relationships I've built outside of TikTok. Because like I've got to meet there are people I got to meet that I met online, and I got to meet them 2 weeks ago in Houston at FragCon. So it's like literally those relationships that you build are real relationships. You laugh and talk just like you did, on the screen.
Right.
But family keeps me going. Still like trying to not be as like responsible and let people do, be on their own, own, but that's still a struggle and it's hard. Because that, like I said, I'm the oldest child and a latchkey kid, so I was used to, being at home by myself at 8 years old and cooking dinner. So, that was the thing. But I feel like what keeps me going is knowing that I have a purpose. And so I'm just trying to figure that out.
Right.
Whatever that is, I don't know. God knows, but I don't know.
He'll reveal it to you in due time. He will.
Exactly. Yeah, he gets tired of me. I know he do. He'd be
I
like,
don't think
why
he
do you do
will.
that? Oh, I don't know, Will. I don't know. He probably do a lot of head shaking.
Look, so what legacy do you hope to? What legacy do you hope you're building through this platform?
Oh, Will, all these good questions. Um, what I hope to build with this one is like community. Um, has a gift of bringing out. Yeah, thank you, Auntie. Um, I hope to I hope to encourage other people that like you don't have to like get in front of a camera, but anything that you want to do, that you should just do it scared, and don't let fear. Because like Angie was saying that she was saying that comparison is the thief of joy. Fear is as well, and like there are a lot of people that are afraid to do things and they don't want to do it. Like Nadia going to do her first vendor event. I ain't forgot. Um, you know, executive producer. Don't be getting too much executive producing that you forget that you need to do a vendor event when it get cooler. I'm just saying. Anyway, um, but I just had to throw that out there. But just that they can do anything that they put their mind to. That just because you're over 40, it doesn't mean that life is over. They call it middle life or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like my mom used to always tell me, when you get to be 40, you ain't gonna give a damn. And I was like, okay, yeah, mama, yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, she didn't get to live to see me be 40. But
Right.
yeah, I don't. I literally, all the dams went out the window. They went out the window. And you literally, but then that's when you get to learn yourself. So I hope, like with me, showing my outfits of the day, or just showing like, getting up in the morning and actually doing like that, even when that you can enjoy the little things. So,
Right. Okay. Okay. That's what's up. Now, Charlie, tell me this: when people
but
leave
we,
this interview,
we,
when people leave this interview today, what is the one thing you want them to know about you and what you're building?
I want them to know one thing about me is that I don't like interviews. So y'all better enjoy this one. Y'all better been screen recording this. But no.
It'll be on TikTok, y'all. I meant, it'll be on YouTube, y'all. The whole interview on YouTube.
Oh my god! Oh Lord, I did not know that. Okay. I want people to know that about me. That I'm not perfect. That I tell people all the time when they come on my lives, when brands come on, they're nervous. I tell them I'm nervous every time I get. Thank you, Angie. I tell them I'm nervous every time before I hit that go live button. And then I get on here and I get the rambling and the squirrel take over and it's whatever. But every time I get ready to hit live, wait, you wifey, you like giving interviews. Now, I do like giving interviews. Yes, I do. I mean, made him his wife come up, and she hate getting on camera, but she loves me. But yeah, the squirrel like it. I don't. But sorry, y'all. Sorry, but I feel that if anybody knows anything about me, they'll remember that anything I told them that I was real and I was authentic. How about that? That was
Okay.
just me on here.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Now it's time to get to know you a little bit now.
Oh
You got,
God,
you
did
got
we
a few.
already get to know me?
Well, these are kind of common questions.
Okay,
Coffee or tea?
coffee.
Morning person or night person or night owl?
I'm a night. I'm a night owl. I hate mornings.
Favorite book?
Oh my God. Really, Will? My
And
favorite book as of right now is the one I'm reading, which is Class Reunion by Tawanda Brown Johnson. Y'all need to pick that book up. I'm just saying.
hey, okay.
So that,
Class
so
reunion.
that's, I would say I'm picking the one that I'm reading right now because I'm like favorite book. Really? It is such y'all. It's a good book. Y'all need to read it. And Base Squad, if y'all are here, y'all really need to read it. But anyway,
Well, you're gonna hate the next question then. Who's your favorite author?
I don't have a. Oh my gosh, who is my favorite author? I'm gonna say my favorite author is it's a tie between Toni Morrison and B.B. Moore Campbell.
Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Oh my God, he said my favorite movie. My favorite movie, my children would tell you that it's recent. It's Sinners. That is my favorite movie of all time right now. Because in fact, I went to the movie 6 times to see it. So I would say that would be my favorite movie as of right now. My
The
favorite movie of all
Sinners.
time, yeah, Sinners is my favorite movie right now. But my favorite movie of all time is Five Heartbeats.
Oh, that.
Yeah, yeah,
Woo,
that's
that's
my
my.
movie. Yeah. Yeah, I
Mm.
literally could watch that movie over and I ain't been able to watch it since Eddie Kane died. I was like, I was gonna watch that movie this weekend. I couldn't do it. I could on the live or whatever. I couldn't do it. She said, "I know."
Look, man,
I was.
can't nobody sing like Eddie Kane. That's my movie.
Nobody. I know. I love that movie. So yeah, Five Heartbeats between Five Heartbeats and the Temptations movie. I love both of those movies. So
Yes. Um, one business you love to own.
oh Lord, what business would I love to own? I have so many vices. Um, what would I love to own? I would love. I don't want to own that. Dang, I don't know. Oh my God, Will. I guess a makeup company.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was like, I'm trying to think. I was like, you know how many vices I got, Will? I was like, perfume,
Yeah.
purses, like
Okay. Okay. One place you dream of visiting.
the Bahamas, because that's where my grandfather, his mom, and them were from. They immigrated from the Bahamas. So I've never been to the Bahamas though.
Okay. Bahamas. I ain't never been there neither. I'd love to go one day. Introvert or
Me too.
extrovert?
I am a omnivert, which is the in between. So I love being in rooms with people, but as long as I ain't got to interact too much, I want to interact on my own. Um, or what is it, ambivert? Where Angie? She know. I think it's an ambivert, which are people that are like they have a lot of energy, but I always say I'm like Kendrick. I'm an antisocial extrovert. Um, like I love the energy of people and like being around people, but it drains me. Like when I'm done, like I went to FradCon and there was both days a total of almost 10,000 people there. Like
Right.
that was a lot, you know. But then when I like to be alone, I just want to, you know, I just want to be alone. So
Okay, I feel that.
yeah, yes, I want to be invited, but I don't want to go. It's been plenty of times there was parties and they were like, "Well, we know you wasn't going to come." I was like, "But you still could have invited me." So you know, I
I
just want to
feel
be
that.
invited.
I feel that. What's the best thing about interviewing people?
Getting to know their stories, know their whys, getting to know them, um, getting to um, getting to know their backstory, like things that you didn't know about them, or learning new things. Because I always love to learn. So in any shape or form. So if it's learning something new about someone, um, or learning or thinking I know everything, not everything about that person, but almost everything. But most interviews, I found out something I didn't know.
Okay, okay. What's one thing you absolutely cannot tolerate?
Liars,
What's your biggest pet peeve?
fake people.
One word that describes your personality.
Woo! He said one word. Unique.
Okay. What's something you're currently obsessed with?
Oh Lord, where do I begin? Oh, purse talk and bag chains. Right now, I'm in a bag chain mode. Right now, like I love my fragrance, so I love my fragrance, but now I need a bag chain wall. So yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Okay, okay. If you weren't doing this, what do you think you'll be doing?
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Probably just shopping.
Okay. What is one piece of advice you live by?
One piece of advice I live by: shopping with me in the auctions. That's exactly what I would be doing. Yeah, look, I first time it's very dangerous. One piece of advice that I live by, and it's quoted by Maya Angelou, but it's like when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them,
Um,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Look, well, as you can tell, I felt that. I felt that deeply.
I know. I figured, yeah. Because you, like you said, you want to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you can't. You know, my grandmother, her daddy used to always tell her, you know, you can't expect people to treat you how you treat them because they won't. You know,
Right,
some
right.
will, but you can't just take that at that. Oh well, I wouldn't do this to someone because as soon as you believe that, that's when it happens. So I try not to, but like it's hard, but like I
It
said,
is.
discernment goes a long way. Goes a long way.
Right, right. Now, what's something you want to accomplish before this year is over?
Should I say it, Hemi? Should I say it or not say it? I don't know yet. I don't really know. I want to say it because it's already going to be September, but I don't know if I should say it or not. Didn't expect more from people than what they've already showed you. No, you can't. Yeah, expectations will. That's yeah. Okay. He's like, look, I've been trying to spill it. Okay, so what I want to accomplish before the end of this year is bringing out my own fragrance with less more perfumes.
Okay.
So that is like
Look,
literally my thing that I want to do, as well as like rebranding my coaching, like my business with the coaching and stuff. Like that's like the end what I want to get done by the end of the look coffee with characters. I'm not making it. Okay, y'all don't want none I make. Okay, because I'm telling you, me and numbers is not good. So
so look, what's
and
stopping
so
you for? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, sorry,
So what's
really heavy. So I don't tell nobody else. Go
so what
ahead, Will. I'm sorry.
so what's gonna stop you from accomplishing that goal?
Nothing, nothing.
So
But
do it
me will be the
then.
only thing. Yeah. Well, no, we're already working on it. So you said what's something that I want to accomplish? That's
Right.
the goal is to have to have my fragrance come out by the end of the year. To have a steady coaching business by the end of the year. By the end of, as Auntie would say, Q4. Because Auntie like is amazing, but to just have those things going.
Okay. Hey man, go ahead and keep her on point so she won't slack off. And let's we got what this August? We got September, October, November, December. Hey man, make it happen. Make it happen.
No, Hibby can make it happen. Hibby can make it happen. Hibby
I
can make
believe
it
he
happen.
is. I believe he is. And look, Charlie, this been awesome. This been so good. You know, man, you've been talking about getting on the interview together for a long time now.
I know. See, they look, and they thought we were playing when they member, and they were like, when I interviewed the ladies, and they were like, "What y'all gonna talk about?" Y'all didn't believe it will, and I was like, and then here I go, "Oh yeah, I'll be on there." I didn't really think that was gonna. Not that I didn't think it was gonna happen. I believe that you were gonna do what you do. I just didn't know it was gonna happen as quickly as it did. But yeah,
We here. We here.
California
Yeah.
needs more coaches. Okay, Keisha, I'm gonna get with you about it.
So, before I let you go, where can people find you, support your platform, and most importantly, how can they become part of what you're building?
Okay, so you can find me here at Charli Gourmand Lush for anything black owned brands, any type of black owned brands. I'm a pusher. As my friend Miss Angie would say, I'm a pusher because I like to shop frugally, okay, affordably. But now I will pay for what I want, okay. So don't be like Charlie. You said affordable, but some things I will, I pay for stuff that I want, but I ain't gonna pay no $1,000 for no purse. But I black owned brands, I will pay what the cost. Hey Faye, sorry. But you can also find me on my new page, which is Mind Body Glow with Charli. So spelled the same way as Charlie without the E, and that is my coaching page. I've opened it up. I had it private while I was like working on it. And I'm almost to 100 followers. I'm trying to get to 100. I'm at 96. I think.
I think I'm gonna find you and join tonight myself.
Yes, it is not. It's not easy growing the page at all, y'all. It's TikTok. TikTok like to play games. It do. It loves to string you along. It'll give you a bunch, and then next thing you know, it'll stunt you. But you can find me on there. And a lot of my content now will like cross each other. So like I had a video Monday on here showing me last week, sorry, on Friday, showing me getting dressed, like what I wore for the day. But then and like reasons to get dressed. Because a lot of times like I said, I work from home a lot. I will literally not roll out of bed. I get up and do stuff, but then I'm literally putting on a fresh pair of pajama-ish clothes.
Right.
From the top up, I got on a t-shirt or something. But I wouldn't like get like dressed up. And then I started noticing when I did get dressed up, as Auntie would say, you have to. What did you say, Auntie? You have to dress. You have to address how you want to be addressed. You have to dress how you want to be addressed. So, and that's,
Yeah.
so if you want to be seen as, you got, like they always say, you have to dress for the job you want, not the one you got. On those same lines, but it's that same thing too. Like, not to say you have to, like I tell people, you don't have to like be extra like me. I just like to be extra. Yes, but it makes me feel better. And then I'm like, oh, I look cute,
Right.
But it's also that thing of, it's that a lot of things we don't do, we stop ourselves is because of us. So it's our mindset, we think we can't do it. Like literally we lose the battle before we even try. Like you literally will talk yourself out of doing stuff. And that's why I just always say do it scared. So my do it scared is the equivalent of somebody jumping off a cliff, just do it, Yes,
Right.
imposter syndrome is real. To where you think, you can't do it, and you'll literally talk yourself out of it. That's why you always have to have a good circle executive producer, or as I like to say, I'm giving Will his flowers. A very supportive husband that like has read all your books, like pushes you, and believes in you. Hear me with wifey, somebody that like believes in you, auntie with her husband, Mr. Otis, like people that like push you to be better and do better. And so yeah, but you can find me on that page. But I let those two cross. Like I'll give you like the reasons why, but then on the other page I go into a little bit more in depth, and it's not like it's still me talking just like this because that's just me. I stopped code switching a long time ago. They get whatever they get because again I'm over 40, so.
I see. Okay, so I'm gonna say this real quick before I turn it over to my executive producers for church announcements.
Oh, Nadia.
Look, thank y'all for joining today. As was stated earlier, I am booking now for September. So if you got a story to tell, you want to talk about your business, your perfumes, colognes, about your writing journey, anything, book with me and we can talk about it. I promise I don't bite. At
No,
all.
I already knew. I was like, I don't know what. Thank y'all. Yes, he's booking for September. So look, can I say it now? Y'all need to book with Will, okay? That and like I get it. Like I don't like to be interviewed, but when one time wanted strong on me, but then it was Will. If it been somebody else, I'd be like, But I had already seen how Will does. Like Will, I can tell he like thinks about his questions that he's asking. There come from a place of he wants to know, but it's also things that he thinks that the community would want to know. So
Right. So I'm gonna turn it over to my executive producer real quick for church announcements.
Real quick, because I don't have that many.
Okay.
Charli, don't make me laugh, friend. It has been another amazing interview. Y'all, tomorrow we have Charli. No, not Charli. Charli was here today. Tomorrow we have Mary C. Kim, who is the author of Simple Serenity, Yes, Professor Hendricks, and 9 other books. So if you have or have not heard of her, tune in tomorrow. And like it has been stated earlier by Will, by Charli, we are currently booking for September. All authors, readers, content creators, small businesses, it does not matter what your story is, we want to hear about it. So inbox me or inbox Will, and we will get you on the calendar for September. And lastly, everybody go and subscribe to the official Book with Will YouTube channel. This interview and all will be aired on the official Book with Will YouTube channel. That is at Book with Will over on YouTube. That's all the church.
Yes, all my interviews I've done is over on YouTube also.
Okay, because some of them I missed because like when I'm working and stuff, and I'll try to come in. So okay, yes, please book with Nadia Nicole, and she will get you on. She is his executive producer. That's executive producer. Okay.
All right, so all hearts and minds are clear.
58.7K tap today.
If all hearts and minds are clear, let me get an amen and some hand claps.
Amen.
Charli. Okay, all right. Look, thank you all so much for joining us tonight on this interview, this amazing interview with this fabulous entrepreneur / content creator. Charli, thank you for coming on and chatting with me for the time we have. As always, y'all.
Thank you.
As always, stay blessed and stay booked with Will. See y'all tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.